You're watching Vancouver TV, where we show you what's happening in your city. We've got the latest movie reviews and access to your favorite celebs. From fashion to red carpets, live shows, and more, we cover it all, keeping you informed about your city and in the know about upcoming events.
I know this is not how you wanted to spend your weekend, but guess what? Me neither.
She was supposed to see your boyfriend.
Whatever, he's not my boyfriend.
Then why did he make you a playlist filled with sex songs?
Oh my God, shut up, Mom.
A whole playlist.
You grew up here?
Why are you selling it?
That's what you do when someone passes away.
Check it out. Fully automated security system. Windows have retractable shields. This place is a fortress.
I guess some people get paranoid in their old age. What were you trying to hide, Dad?
I just want to say again how sorry I was to hear about your father.
I just want to make it through the weekend and come home.
Mom? I swear to God, if you're hiding something.
What do you want?
We want something in the house.
I will do anything to protect my kids.
Do exactly what I say, or you and your kids will not survive this night. Do you understand?
Yo! She's gone.
Find her.
She took out the lights.
She's smart. But we have her kids. Now, she's desperate.
I'm just a mom. You have no clue what I'm capable of.
She's in the house.
This isn't gonna work. You're done!
You know this.
You broke into the wrong house.
To win tickets to see this movie and other fun movie prize packs, visit www.vancouvertelevision.ca.
Hi, I'm Ashleigh Davidson with Vancouver Television. Today we are here at the Rosewood Hotel Georgia in Vancouver, where we will be interviewing Brad Simmons, Director of Sales and Marketing of the hotel, and we will also be talking to some of Vancouver's finest actors and actresses in their lobby lounge. Let's go check it out. So we're just here with Brad Simmons, Director of Sales and Marketing for Rosewood Hotel Georgia. How are you?
Good. It's good to be here. So thank you for having me. Yeah.
Of course. And so do you want to tell us a little bit about the hotel?
Yeah, of course. The hotel dates back to 1927. It's actually one of the oldest luxury hotels in Vancouver. And one of the great things about it is that opening in the throes of the sort of jazz era and that history from day one, it became kind of a hotspot for socializing and parties and so forth. And being from Europe and having that great history there, it's great to come to Vancouver and be in a hotel that has been a part of that history for that number of years.
What year has it been around?
So 1927.
And there was a renovation?
Yeah, so we celebrated 90 years last year. We had a full renovation in the mid-noughties, and we opened up in 2011 as Rosewood Hotel Georgia. So we did a full renovation. We restored it back to its original glory. We took it down brick by brick, so you effectively became just the shell of the outer walls. And the original parts really remain in the lobby. And then also our ballroom, which is called the Spanish Ballroom, that was really restored back to its original glory, even down to the way the paintwork was done. There was a lot of studies into how it was done back in the 20s, and as a result you get that real sense of being back in the 20s.
And how many suites are there in the hotel? Do you even know?
Well, we have 100, yeah, I'd hope so. We have 150,
quizzing you.
We have 156 bedrooms, and then we have 4 categories of suites, 2 of which are our 2 penthouses, the Rosewood and the Lord Stanley suite. So they're on our 12th floor and overlook kind of the city. A beautiful view looking out onto the art gallery, and then we have a number of junior suites, and then of course our executive 1-bedrooms. So we have a real mix. We have a great eclectic mix of guests coming in globally. We've seen a great growth coming in out of Europe, and certainly from the US as well. So, yeah.
And there's 5 restaurants?
There's 5 restaurants. On the Georgia entrance, we of course have Hawksworth and Bell Cafe. So they're Hawksworth, I think most people know, is one of the leading restaurants in Canada. We have a great relationship with David Hawksworth, and it's a beautiful restaurant. And then as you come into sort of the main core of the hotel, we've got Prohibition down in the basement of the hotel. So again, it is inspired by the 1920s, by the Prohibition era of Vancouver and of Canada. A little dark, it's the place where you get great mixology and beautiful stories, and it's a wonderful part of the hotel. And then just last week, we reopened our terrace, Reflections, the garden terrace, for the summer. I'm biased, of course, but I think it's probably the hottest spot in the city.
It's really beautiful. I've been there before. It's open.
It is. So that's already, even with a little bit of the rain in the springtime, it's opened up to great success already, and that will run through until the end of September, and then we'll be looking to open it again in the winter for our sort of Christmas pop-up. So it's a beautiful spa. It's really tranquil, right up on our 4th floor. We have a wonderful saltwater pool up there as well, so it becomes this little oasis. And
I want to go.
Oh, you got to go.
You're making me want to go.
Go and try it out. Naturally, you've got the gym there as well, so you've got to work out a little bit before.
Work out first and then relax.
But it's a great spot, and
and meeting rooms. You have a business.
Yeah. We have. We do a lot of everything, to be honest. Up on our 2nd floor, where we have the Spanish ballroom, we have a number of meeting rooms. We actually do a lot of filming in the hotel as well, so a lot of production and so forth. So I think it was last year that our ballroom in the 2nd floor, I think it was the White House about 6 times. So it lends itself to that kind of that shooting. A lot of weddings. We do about 60 weddings a year. A lot of conferences, charity events, board meetings, and so forth. So we have a real eclectic mix. We have a business centre up there as well, so that can help support the guests.
Do people have to book far in advance to come here, or is it generally pretty open?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a busy hotel. I mean, we run at a high occupancy throughout the year. I would say we're one of the leading hotels in the city, of course. The nature of business now, though, it's quite short lead. People are booking sort of little, sort of 6 to 8 weeks out. I would certainly say that coming into the summer, really June, July, August, September now, it's really the busiest time in Vancouver. You've got the cruise ships, you have the high level of production and filming, you have this high-end leisure business coming in. So I would also say get in there sooner, get those reservations in, get those weddings booked, get those private dinners and those celebrations and things. But we have a good team. I have a great sales and marketing team in the hotel, and I'm of the opinion that everyone in this hotel is an extension of the sales team. So I just encourage people to reach out, contact me directly, be happy to help out.
And you have a website, obviously?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So rosewoodhotels.com, and then it give you a run through of all of our properties. We are around 22 properties now. I hesitate because we've added 3 hotels already this year, but we have a great mix globally. We have other hotels opening this year that include Hong Kong. That's where our ownership's from. That's going to be a big property for us. We're opening in Santa Barbara as well. Later on this year. We've already opened in Phuket and Luang Prabang in Laos this year, and there's a lot going on with the collection. A lot of growth in Europe as well. I was a part of the opening team for Rosewood London. We've opened in Paris, we've opened in Tuscany, so there's a lot going on. So if you go to the website and you'll see the whole collection. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, great. Thank you again.
Lovely talking to you. Thank you. Awesome. So we're just here with Kurtis Lum, and he's working on Siren and Supergirl at the moment. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you. So do you. You're the first person that said that. So do you want to tell us a bit about which show should we start with? You're working on Supergirl right now.
I'm working on Supergirl right now. We are in our 3rd season. Finishing that up, and we just got renewed for a 4th season as well.
Wow. And what do you play?
I play Agent Demos, who is he's an agent at the DEO, which is the Department of Extranormal organization. We deal with all the, alien type of forces that come in and try to, do bad things to the Earth. And I work with Supergirl and Agent Danvers and John Jones to keep the world safe.
So you're like the good guy then?
Yeah, sure.
That's super cool. So you have been training as an actor for a long time?
Yeah.
Are you just natural, or you went to school for stunt?
I'm au naturel.
You came out of the womb doing stunts.
No, I definitely took a lot of classes, years and years of training with a local teacher named Deb Podowski at Austin Tuck Studios. She is fantastic. She's been somewhat of a mentor slash sister slash mother to me in many ways, and I've been doing it for almost a decade now.
That's awesome. And you're on another show, Siren.
Yeah. Siren just premiered on the 29th of March. We are airing our 4th episode tonight. It's every Thursday on Freeform, Hulu, or here we get it on ABC Spark. I'm really excited about this show. I think it's got an opportunity to do lots and lots of wonderful things, and not only that, but transcend North America. I think it's got.
What is it about?
It's called Siren. It's about essentially. It's a show where we explore what a world would be like if there were mermaids and if they could.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I love mermaids.
Yeah, but it's not your typical mermaid story. We take the preconceived notions of, or like ideas you have of mermaids, like say your Little Mermaid, and we flip it upside down. We give it a really gritty, dark sci-fi kind of twist. We play into like the scientifics of what it would be like if a mermaid could exist. So it takes place in this town called Bristol Cove. It's a small town. A mermaid shows up, and our whole town is kind of flipped upside down. I play a fisherman named Calvin, where I'm one of the guys who go out and we actually catch the first mermaid. And by doing so, it gets taken away from us. We don't know what to do, so we try to take it, into our own hands to figure out what it was that we caught, and if there's more of them out there. And just like the rest of the town, we're trying to deal with, oh my God, like what do we do? There's a whole new species that we've just discovered. How do we either deal with this? How do we save ourselves, or how do we capitalize on this? It's a really cool, compelling story, I think.
Well, I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I actually really love mermaids. I wasn't lying.
Yeah, no, it's definitely check it out. It's our lead mermaid, Aline Powell. She plays Rin on the show. She does such a fantastic job. Like in real life, like when you look at her, she's otherworldly. Mm-hmm. She's just got this mesmerizing look to her that without a doubt, when first time we saw her, we were like, yeah,
That's
you
her?
are definitely a mermaid.
Really?
But she does such an amazing job that it's mesmerizing just watching her. Like every episode we leave you wanting more. I'd say mainly because of her. She's outstanding.
So do they do like a lot of special effects, or is it more, do they do a lot of makeup for the mermaid, or?
Definitely there was a lot of makeup, but and there are some special effects, some CGI. We have the same team that did the dragons in Game of Thrones, working on our mermaid tails and stuff like that. So there's a lot of wicked CGI going on, but we did shoot a lot of it in real life. So, I mean, I can tell you this, that in Siren, I think I play a much more human character, in that my character Calvin, he gets to go through the entire spectrum of emotions throughout the season. He's vulnerable, he's a hothead, he's aggressive, he's
cool. So where can people find you?
I guess you can follow me on my Instagram or on Twitter. I'm at Kulu, C-U-L-U, not to be confused with Sulu. Hate that. It's Kulu.
Kulu.
I'm Handsome Lum on Instagram, HANSUMLUM. And you can just catch me running around the streets being a crazy man here in Vancouver.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm really looking forward to watching both shows.
As am I.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So we're just with Laura Mitchell. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So you play Kate Middleton in the new Lifetime movie, Harry and Meghan.
Yes, that is correct. The Duchess of Cambridge, yes.
And how is that going?
It was wonderful. It was an amazing shoot. It wrapped, I guess, about a month ago now, and it's going to come out May 13th.
So have you seen it yet?
I actually did ADR yesterday, some digital recording, and I saw a couple little scenes, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really excited.
And how was that for you playing that role?
It was amazing. It was probably my favorite role of my career this far. It was definitely a challenge because there's a lot of royal watchers out there, and there's a lot of people that love her and follow her on a daily basis. And so just the pressure of making sure to do the role justice was a lot. But I think that I did it justice.
I'm excited to watch. And did you go to acting school, or how did you get involved in this industry?
Yeah, I've trained in lots of places in Vancouver, all over. There's lots of wonderful schools here. And I also trained with Jacqueline McClintock in Montreal during Meisner Technique for many, many years. So that was great.
And when you auditioned for this role, did you think you would get it? Was it one of those things where you're like, I feel like this is the perfect role for me? Or was it one of those things where you were like, oh my God?
Well, it's funny because for a long time I would get stopped on the street. People would say, oh, you look like Kate Middleton. And that would happen all the time. And so when this came to me from my agent, I was like, that's it. Hunker down. I'm getting this. Stayed up all night, watched every YouTube video I could find of her, trying to emulate her. So I was determined.
Yeah, you're like, this is mine.
Exactly.
And how was that for you, trying to emulate her? Was there certain mannerisms that you noticed that you needed to embody?
Yeah, it was hard because she's a royal, and so by the end of the day, just being so proper, and actually
I'm so royal.
a little slunched over generally, just being very proper, and then also the British accent was definitely making sure to do that perfectly. But we had a vocal coach on set, which was amazing, and I don't think I could have done it without her. So thank you, Anna Galvin.
So how was that? So you had a vocal coach on set, but before the audition, you usually don't have much time. Did you have a British accent under your belt?
Yeah, well, I worked it that evening as much as possible, and then...
Did you have a coach to coach you?
I actually have a really close friend who's an actor who's wonderful with accents, Alex Zahara, and so he came over and we just ran it tons and tons of times. And, there's a couple words I noticed in my audition that were definitely more Spice Girls than royalty, but I was like, we're just going to let that slide. So, yeah.
And I feel like if the role is meant for you, they know that you can, you're going to have a coach and all that stuff. That's so exciting. So do you have anything planned after this, or... What do you? Yeah, role-wise or any thoughts?
Yes, I'm just starting rehearsals next week for a, I guess it would be a psychological thriller. It's an independent film. It's going to be filmed here and I think in Washington as well. So yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. And where can people find you? Like, do you have a social media handle?
Yes, absolutely. Instagram, it's laura.jane Mitchell. And then Twitter is Laura Mitchy, Mitchy. And that's mostly on Instagram, though.
Cool. Yeah. And you're from Vancouver?
Yeah, I'm a Vancouverite.
Awesome. Born and raised?
I was born in Singapore, but I moved here when I was like 4. So I'm
okay. So
Vancouverite.
Vancouverite. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so for people that want to watch, when does it come out again?
It's May 13th. It's on Lifetime and A&E, and I believe a whole bunch of other networks, but I'm not quite sure what they are. But it's global right now, so yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So we're just here with Kyla Matthews, and you play a role on the show Anne.
Yeah.
And what's your role? Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So I play Ruby Gillis. She goes to school with Anne, and she's kind of like the dumb blonde of the show in a way. She's really emotional, and she's always dramatic, but she's kind of funny.
And she has an interest in Anne's boyfriend.
That's kind of, it's sort of Anne's boyfriend, Gilbert. I think there's like a little bit of something between them, but Ruby's kind of like ridiculously in love with him, and like he couldn't care less. He's
just not interested.
She thinks that he is, but he's not really.
That's awesome. And how was playing the role for you?
Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah, it was not a really serious, deep role at all. It was just mainly really fun and funny, and yeah, everyone was really great to work with.
How long were you filming for?
Well, this season it's been, I think, 5 months. Yeah, it was a while.
Long hours?
Yeah, it's kind of better since I'm not 16, so they can't really push me too far. So I think it was like 10 hours, just still a lot for me, but it was so much fun because it's like a big family on set. It doesn't feel like you're working or anything like that. They're just all friends.
Awesome. So we're just with Tony Giroux. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. So you're going to talk to us about Selfie from Hell.
Yes. Yes, I am. So Selfie from Hell originally was a short film by a German filmmaker named Erdal. He created a short film that was about a young woman just at home. I mean, the concept itself for the short film, I mean, I'll briefly talk about it, but it's her at home and she starts taking selfies, and next thing she knows, when she takes a selfie, there's a sort of a creature that pops up whenever she takes a photo. And then it gets closer and closer, and I'll let you watch the short film. It's about 2 minutes online, but it went viral. And
so can people just look up Selfie from Hell?
Yeah, if they look up Selfie from Hell on YouTube, they will find the brief short film. That is really well done, and when I first watched it, definitely made me
eye?
Yeah, and they definitely made me jump.
We're just with Hisham Hammoud. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, perfect. And you worked on Once Upon a Time?
Once Upon a Time for the visual effects. Yeah.
And you acted as well.
I did. Yeah, I had a role in season 6, the last season. I was able to film. I got a few days on that, and we got that shot because it was a visual effects shot in the studio. And my team, my lead, they kind of messed with me a little bit. They're like, "You're gonna do the effects on your own shot." I was like, "I don't want to look at my face all day," but it was actually really neat because not a lot of people can say that they did the effects on their own shot. It's kind of rare in this industry. So it's kind of a surreal moment to see that and to do it.
So did you go to school for special effects, or how did you have the talent to do that?
I did. I went first to university back in Ottawa, and I was kind of discovering what I like to do. I love movies and doing graphics and whatnot. So I flew out, moved to Vancouver for the Vancouver Film School, and did a program for a year, the visual effects program there, and then kind of started trying to find jobs and landed at where I am now, Zoic Studios. They do many effects. They've been nominated for Emmys. They work on the 100, Fallen Skies back in the day. Currently Arrow, the Once Upon a Time. There's many shows that we do.
Cool. So do you do mainly special effects, or like what's your preference? So you act. So what character did you play in Once Upon a Time?
So on Once Upon a Time, there's it's a bunch of different fairy tales, and so this fairy tale, there was a character named Nemo, and he has his own. They call it the Nautilus. It's a submarine, and I was one of his dudes on the submarine, working with opposite him and Colin Donahue. Ferran plays Nemo. You might know him from films such as Iron Man, the first Iron Man. So that was a really cool thing to work with those guys. And they were so fun to work with.
Well, it's always fun when you enjoy your job.
Yeah. And so, I mean, honestly, I love doing both, really. Just being able to tell a story anyway. So being able to tell it visually behind the scenes with a computer is, if you've ever seen just a green screen, and then later on see it come to life with the set and everything and all the effects, and it's a completely different movie. I don't know if you've ever seen like the movies where they'll show the behind the scenes.
Yeah, and it's like nothing.
And
like
it's nothing, yeah. And then it's just there's no movie really without it, or TV shows for that matter. So I love doing that, but I also love being in front of the camera, because there's a different way to tell a story there as well, bringing a character to life. And I don't know, being able to do both is just kind of I consider myself very fortunate to be able to do both.
A real artist.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just doing it all. And are you working on anything else right now, or?
So right now, Once Upon a Time has just decided to finish after season 7. They're not going on to season 8, so they're ending with a bang. What that means is a lot of hours for me in the studio. So as of right now, 10, 12-hour days, sometimes 14-hour days at work, just to try to get everything out that we can to finish the show.
Thanks for watching Vancouver Television. Again, I am Ashleigh Davidson. Until next time.